Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. And a very good evening to each and everyone who is joining us today. I feel great pleasure to announce that PIQS is going to start a series of webinars to share the knowledge of the civil engineering method of measurement, formerly known as CESMM. And today, it's the first session. Thank you. And today is the first session of this series. We are thrilled to embark on this journey to knowledge sharing with you. Our today honorable speaker, Mr. Mohammad Fiaz Tabassum, is a chartered quantity surveyor who is holding a master's degree and having more than 30 years of experience in infrastructure projects in UAE and Pakistan. You are all requested to write your question in QA box. Also, you are having chance to ask your question in Urdu language after the session. Our honorable speaker will address the maximum questions during the session. However, any leftover question or outstanding question will be addressed and shared with all the attendees in due course. Now, I would like to request the PIQS UAE President, Mr. Imtiaz Ashraf Chaudhary, to welcome all of you and give a quick introduction of PIQS. Welcome, Mr. Imtiaz Ahmed Chaudhary. Can you please?
Thank you very much, Mr. Kasser Farooq, giving me an opportunity to thanks everybody. So, Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. On behalf of PIQS, I would like to extend very warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar. Really feeling great pleasure to having you all here. We are very much thankful that you have taken your time and joined us today. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Mohammad Fiaz Tabassum for accepting our request to deliver this very important topic. Believe we all will gain the knowledge and will be benefited from this important session. I also like to extend my apology in advance for my limited English speaking skills. I would appreciate your patience and tolerance in this regard. Please bear with me if I could not pronounce properly or speak loudly. I would like to introduce our PIQS here. As you all are aware, PIQS, formerly known as QSAP, is a professional forum dedicated to motivating its members to further develop their skills in quantity surveying and construction field. Our goal is to support members in advancing to industry best practices for their own betterment and for benefit of the society. As you all are now aware, PIQS, formerly known as QSAP, is a professional forum dedicated to advancing the field of QS construction management in the built environment. This forum was formed in 2007. PIQS is formally registered with Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan last year, 2024. Its primary objective is to share knowledge, promote best practices, and support the professional development of its members. PIQS is governed by a board supported by 4 regional core committees: UAE, KSA, Qatar, and Oman, and 7 global committees such as Knowledge Delivery Committee, Administration Committee, Information Technology Committee, Talent Hunt Committee, Career Support Committee, then Academic Support Committee, and lastly the Treasury. It maintains affiliations with various reputable professional and academic bodies such as RICS, Pakistan Association Dubai, and University of Management and Technology in Pakistan. And we aim to have further affiliations with many more over the years to come. And we will keep you informed about all that. PIQS has 1 global and 5 regional WhatsApp groups in UAE, KSA, Qatar, Oman, and Pakistan, with total members 2,000 plus. We would like to highlight here that from PIQS platform, this is a small knowledge sharing exercise. We are trying to share our experience and learn from each other together with you all. Hope we all will like and enjoy this. Believe we all can work hand to hand together in this journey and make this exercise more beneficial and more meaningful. I would request your support and cooperation in this in different ways. You can come forward and support us delivering webinars and CPDs, volunteer services in our different committees listed above, bringing innovation ideas for improvement of PIQS. So thank you very much, all of you, for sparing your time and joining us today. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Imtiaz Chaudhary. Now I will formally welcome Mr. Mohammad Fiyaz Bassam to share us his knowledge and experience. Mr. Fiyaz Bassam, thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Kaisar Sab, for this introduction. And I would also like to thank PIQS for providing me the opportunity to deliver this first presentation of understanding the CESMM 4 series. I believe this session is going to be an engaging section where I will deliver what I have learned over the years. And I hope that I will also learn from your experiences. This session is the first session of understanding the CESMM 4 webinar series regarding the Class A journal item. In the coming days, you will receive more session covering whole CESMM 4 classes A to Z. In today's session, I will cover the following topics: why we require a standard method of measurement for construction projects, what are the different methods of measurements prevail in the construction industry. Then I will discuss particularly on the structure of the CESMM and about the latest edition of the CESMM 4. After all, I will discuss regarding the Class A journal item, purpose of including the journal item in the BOQ prepared based on the CESMM. Then I will discuss some common challenges with regard to the journal item we face in our day-to-day commercial professional life. As you know, the principle of claiming the prolongation cost is based on the actual cost. Nevertheless, journal items are being used as a reference of prolongation cost in many cases. Then I will discuss a case study related to journal item on a lump sum type of project. Let's start our subject and see how standard method of measurement can reduce the dispute among the contracting parties. As already you know that disputes in construction industry are inevitable. There are plenty of reasons of construction dispute, like ambiguous or incomplete contracts, misunderstanding of contract terms, dispute over variations, delay or time-related issues, measurement and payment disputes, defect and quality issues. When we use a standard method of measurement, in this case, we have better financial control over and we have better manage the risk through the more precise measurement. By this way, we can reduce the dispute. Standard method of measurement contains comprehensive information for measurement and payment of each item that is equally understood for the client and the contractor. Let's understand this with an example. Suppose in a project, contractor is required to excavate 1 by 1 meter foundation. Now, at the site, contractor will excavate maybe 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter for his working space and the other purposes. So it is logical that contractor should be paid based on the actual measurements. But if contract is based on the CESMM 4, the BOQ compiler and the QSs, they know that the extra working space will not be paid. So this is a benefit of using the standard method of measurement, that both the contracting party, they understood well the measurement rule. Let's take another example on for highway project. You know that on highway project, this asphalt is laid in different ways, top and bottom width. So it is logical that contractor should be paid, okay, by taking the average of top width and bottom width. But if the contract is based on the CESMM, the measurement will be made based on the top surface. Because standard method of measurement CESMM 4 describe that top surface should be taken for the measurement purposes. In this case, the BOQ compiler, he will take the measurement of top surface, and the QS who is pricing the BOQ, he will adjust the extra width in his rates. Second advantage of using this standard of measurement is that it is tried and tested on many projects. So it is so it gives it an edge to use without less ambiguities. The third advantage of using standard of measurement, that it provides a common basis to the cost consultant who prepares the BOQ, because the measurement rules are well defined in the standard method of measurement like CESMM, POMI, and NRM, etc. Fourthly, the standard method of measurement contains well-defined measurement rule. Just like in case of CESMM, we have measurement rule, definition rule, description rule, and additional description rules. Lastly, the standard method of measurement contains coverage of all items involved in the project. Let's talk about commonly used standard method of measurement in the construction industry. First, we have the civil engineering standard method of measurement. This is tailored for civil engineering projects and simple building works incidental to civil engineering works. CESMM is used by the RACS. Then we have Principle of Measurement International. This is actually not a standard method of measurement. These are the principles. Then we have new rules of measurement developed by RACS for building works. Okay. NRM has three additions: NRM1, NRM2, and NRM3. NRM1 is used for order of cost estimating and cost planning for capital building works. NRM2 is used for detailed building measurement, and NRM3 is used for order of cost estimating and cost planning for maintenance work. Now I will give you a brief history of CESMM. CESMM is issued by the Institution of Civil Engineers, London. The first edition of CESMM was published in 1976. Over the time, some changes were incorporated, and second edition was published in 1985. The third edition of CESMM was issued in May 1991, and fourth edition was published in 2012. Now the revised edition of 2019 is also available. This was a brief history of the CESMM. Now I will discuss some changes that has been made from CESMM 3 to CESMM 4. In CESMM 3, measurement rule of journal item state that unit of measurement of journal item shall be the sum, but in CESMM 4, measurement rule has been slightly changed, and now it describes that unit of measurement for journal item may be the sum. Then a new item of parent company guarantee has been added in the contractual requirement, considering that the tender may be a subsidiary of a larger group. The third, thirdly, the distinction has been made in the defined and undefined provisional sum. One important thing regarding the CESMM 4, it is contract neutral. It does not depend on any specific condition of contract. The BOQ compiler can adjust the CESMM 4 as per condition of contract is being used. For example, in CESMM 4, word contract administrator has been used, and we know in this part of the word, most of the contract based on the feeder condition of the contract. So feeder condition of contract use the word engineer. So the BOQ compiler can use the word engineer while preparing the BOQ. So CESMM 4 contains the 8 sections, naming as definition, journal principles, application of the work classification, coding and numbering of the items, preparation of the BOQ, completion, pricing and use of the BOQ, method related charges, and lastly, work classifications. Now we will discuss in detail all these sections. Number one is the definition section. When we use the CESMM 4 either to prepare a pricing document or to prepare a BOQ or for payment purpose to avoid any confusion, CESMM uses some word and expression like work, POQ, expressly required, day work classification, original surface, final surface, commencing surface, and excavated surface. Other words that has been used in the CESMM 4 are defined like as follow. If word shall will be used in the CESMM, it means a mandatory requirement. If word should be used, so it is an optional, and word may also mean an optional requirement. If word given is used, it means stated in the tender documents, and word inserted mean included by the contractor. Section 2 is general principles. This section describes the title of the CESMM, what is the meaning of CESMM. CESMM stands for what, use of the CESMM for civil engineering projects. This section also describes about the class Z, that is simple building works incidental to civil engineering works. This section also describes the purpose of the CESMM and how the BOQ is to be prepared. Third section is application of the work classification. Describe that the work classification and the rule. There are 26 classes in the work classification from A to Z, and each class comprises of 3 divisions and up to 8 descriptive features. It also describes the unit of measurement, measurement rule, definition rule, description rule, and additional description rules. Measurement rule set out the condition under the work shall be measured and the quantity shall be computed. Definition rule provide clarity on how terms are to be interpreted and applied. The coverage rule describes the scope of the work that is included and item description. And the additional description rule describes any additional requirement not listed under the description of the work. The fourth section is about the coding and numbering of the item. This section describes how we prepare the BOQ, how we allot the code of each BOQ item. This section I will discuss in after some time, while I will open this BOQ page and I will discuss in detail. Section 5 of CESMM is about the preparation of the BOQ. CESMM 4 deals with how to preparation of the BOQ bill of quantities, like how many sections of the BOQ would be, how to prepare principal quantity, how to prepare preamble of the BOQ, how to prepare day work schedule, and how to prepare work item, heading, subheading, detail of prime cost item, and provisional sum and grand summary. BOQ compiler must include the preamble in the BOQ if any specific requirement is included in the contract document by the employer. One thing I would like to mention here, if word preamble will be at the capital P, it means the section of the BOQ. And if we see any word preamble with the small p, it means any note or any clause of the BOQ. Now at number 6, we have completion, pricing, and use of the BOQ. It section deal with the currency of the contract, how to total each part of the BOQ, use of adjustment item in the BOQ, and adjustment. Hello. Hello. Hello.
ऐसा कैमरा थोड़ा सीधा adjust the
Okay.
camera.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yes,
Yes,
good
yes.
enough. Good enough.
Good. Okay. Sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry. So we were discussing about the section 6, completion, pricing, and use of BOQ. So this section deals with the currency of the contract, how to total each part of BOQ, use of adjustment item in the BOQ. Now about the adjustment item, these section of BOQ is about the lump sum type of project where contractor take risk of the quantities. He has liberty to add any item that he is considered not included in the BOQ. Section 7 is related to the method-related charges. This section deals with the definition of method-related charges, contractor's authority to include in the BOQ, and payment mechanism, etc. Section 8 deals with the work classification. Okay, it is related to the work classification. This section lists 26 classes from A to Z. Let's discuss the general item in detail. When we see an infrastructure project BOQ, we find different sections of the BOQ like demolition and site clearance, earthwork, road work, concrete work. Each item of BOQ contains a rate which includes the direct labor, material, plant, overhead, and risk if any. So it means all the BOQ items do not contain the other requirements which are incidental to complete the work, like performance bond, insurances, engineer's office, services, contractor's office, etc. CESMM has introduced Class A general item, especially to cover that cost other than the permanent work. We can say general item are the cost of the work which is not considered as proportional to the quantities of the permanent work. You may think that why we call the general item as general item. Why not CESMM give it name of project requirement? We know CESMM work classification are related to specific like earthwork, roadwork, concrete, etc. The reason of giving the name to general item because the general item are related to the all BOQ item. It is not specific to the any class of the work. So this is the reason we call this general item as general item. CESMM 4 further divides the general item into 6 categories. That is contractual requirement, specified requirement, method-related charges, provisional sum, nominated subcontracts which include work on site, and nominated subcontracts which do not include work on site. This is the standard pattern of journal item as per the CESMM. In this part of the word, we slightly modify the journal item as per our requirement, such as when we prepare BOQ, we include on contextual requirement, specified requirement, and method-related charges. For the provisional sum and day work, we use separate BOQ item. Last two items are related to the nominated subcontractor that we will discuss at the later. Before I discuss the requirement of the journal item, I will briefly discuss the rule of the journal item. As you can see, this is the first page of a rule of journal item. Okay, and you can see a double line here in this page. So it means this shows something that if any rule written above this horizontal double line, so this rule will be applied whole of the class. So this is the purpose of putting double line here. Okay. For example, we can see that measurement rule 1 in the journal item, it states that the unit of measurement for journal item may be the sum. So it means it is not appropriate that we can use the item other items in this class. M2 describe the justification of inclusion of parent company guarantee, considering that tenderer may be a subsidiary company of a larger group. Rule M3 describe that quantities shall be given against all specified requirement and the value of the item shall be ascertained by add measurement. It means that all the specified requirement should be given a quantity and that will be measured according to the work at site. Now, M rule F4 describe that all item of testing shall be given here if it is not mentioned in the other classes. Rule M5 describe that if there are method related charges, okay, so it should be inserted by the contractor as per the CESMM 4 guidance. It is a common practice in this part of the bird that method-related charges are entered by the cost consultant, but it is recommended that some blank pages should be inserted in the BOQ so contractor can insert if any method-related charges he considered that it may come in the project. Now let's look the definition rule D1. It describes that all work other than permanent work which is required by the contract shall be classed as specified requirement, like testing of the work and testing of the material, access road, etc. Coverage rule guides us regarding the insurances to be classed as contractual requirement. Let's move to the additional description rule. Rule A1 describes that under the specified requirement, any work to be carried out after the completion of the project be stated in the BOQ, so that the contractor should plan his resources and incorporate his pricing accordingly. Rule A2 provide guidance for specified requirement to be distinguished between the establishment, maintenance, and removal. Rule A3 provide guidance for the testing of material and testing of the work. So you know that there are many material we can use in the infrastructure project and hundreds type of tests can be carried out in the infrastructure project. So it is recommended that BOQ compiler should use the item for testing of the work and testing of the material as per the specification or as required by the authority. Additional description rule A4 provide guidance about the method related charges. These rules describe that method related charges to be distinguished between the fixed and the time related. For example, accommodation and building for the contractor should be like this: setup of offices fixed and the maintain offices for the duration of the contract, it should be time related. Measurement rule M6 specific for the treatment of the day work and provide guidance on how adjustment to the day work should be handled. This rule specifies adjustment of day work can only be included in the day work if a schedule is included in the day work as per the paragraph 5.c(b) of the BOQ. So we can understand this with an example. Suppose BOQ contains a day work rate, labor, plant, and material, and he has put some amount in the rate column. So if tender want to increase some percentage, so what he will do, he will increase the percentage of labor, plant, and material. Rule M7 is about the provisional sum, defined provisional sum, and it guides us that maximum information to be provided for the defined provisional sum. Okay. Rule D2 also about the provisional sum, and coverage rule C2 also about the provisional sum. Rule 8 is about the prime cost item, which I will discuss in the latest. Let's discuss the contractual requirement as per the CESMM. In the contractual requirement, we have performance bond, insurances, and payment company guarantee. First is performance bond. Performance bond, it is a contractual requirement as per the FIDC Red Book 99, clause 4.2. The unit of measurement should be the sum. Payment can be made once the contractor submit the performance quantity from the approved bank as per the condition of the contract. The second item is insurance. This is also a contractual requirement as per the CESMM, FIDC condition of contract clause 18. Okay. As per the FIDC condition of contract, we have three types of insurance. Number one, insurance for the work and contractor's equipment, insurance against injury to person and damage to property, insurance for contractor's personnel. We also have professional indemnity insurance in our project. If contractor have some portion of design work, so in his contract, he will provide the professional indemnity insurance. In this part of the world, employer required car insurance. CAR stands for contractual all risk insurance. One thing is important while checking the insurance policies, care should be taken and policies should be checked as per conditions of contract, like insured value, who is the insurer, what are the exclusion, inclusion, what is covered, principle, and validity of the insurances. We can add more insurer in our BOQ as per the contract if required. Third item is parent company guarantee. This item was not in CESMM 3. Now it has been added in the CESMM 4. Now let's talk about the specified requirement. Specified requirement means these are the requirements which is specified in the contract document. Under the specified requirement, first we have accommodation for the contract administrators. Okay. And under the accommodation, we have offices, laboratories, and the cabins. The unit of measurement should be some, and it is advisable that this item should be split into establishment, maintenance, and removal of the offices to have better control of the variations. Suppose if we have 10 by 10 meter engineer office as per the contract, later on it was felt that an additional client office is required. The instruction was issued to the contractor. Now, if we have separate item for establishment of offices, we can prorate and get an idea of the estimated cost. But if there is only one item for the establishment, maintenance, and removal, so it would be difficult to derive a fair rate. Then we have services for the contract administrator, which includes vehicle for the engineer and telephone for the offices. The unit of measurement also should be some, and the maintenance should be in months or the weeks. Third item is equipment for use by the contract administrators. This includes the office equipment, laboratory equipment, surveying equipment. These items can be split in establishment, maintenance, and the removal. Under attendance upon the contract administrator, there are driver, chainmen, and laboratory assistants. The unit of measurement for this one, these items should be the month or the week. Under the testing of the material, we have testing of the material and testing of the works. Now you can see that under the third division, nothing is mentioned in this one. So this I already discussed that if we want to include any testing of material or testing of the words, so here the BOQ compiler should make a item and write it here, testing of the material as per the specification and testing of work as per the specification. Because in the infrastructure project, we have 100 of tests for the material and the works. Then we have temporary works, traffic diversion, traffic regulation, access road, bridge, cofferdam, etc. Okay, this temporary work should be paid proportion to the progress of the work after completion of this. Now I will discuss here coding and numbering of the item. How the system use the coding of the numbering of the. I already discussed that. I will discuss later on. Suppose here we have the item. If we want an item for the testing of the material, so we will make item like A2, 5, and 0. If there is nothing is mentioned here, so we will use the digit 0 to make a new item. Suppose there are many items in the material. So what we will use item A2, 5, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and so on. Now there is a mechanism of these horizontal lines in the system. So we cannot make an item like a specified requirement, accommodation for the contract administrator, and we can put number 4 in this third division. Now, if an additional description rule is required to be added in the BOQ, so we should give them a number 9 here. So if new item is to be included here, it will be given the number 9. The item code will be the A219. Like this. So if you will see an item code like A21 and static, so it means in the third division, all the item in the division 3. Let's discuss about the method related charges. As per the definition of method related charges, these are the costs of work contractor intend to choose for his method of executing the work which is not directly related with the permanent work. As you can see, this is the first page of season 4, contains the accommodation and building. Under the accommodation, season 4 further divided into office, laboratory, cabin, store, and canteen. The unit of measurement should be the sum. So it is recommended that these items should be split into the establishment, maintenance, and removal of the item. Same like these are the services for the accommodation and building of the contractor staff. So these items should also be split into the establishment, maintenance, and removal. Then we have plant. This is the plant that is used in the infrastructure project. As I already discussed that we cannot use more than 8 description in this field, third division or 2 division. So this plant has been added 2 times. So first 8 number plant has been used in this first plant item, and the remaining plant is included in the second plant item. See, this item should also be split into the establishment, maintenance, and removal of the plant. Under the method related charges, we have temporary works 2 times. The same rule will be applied that we already discussed, that we have many type of temporary works and we cannot go beyond this 8 digit. So second temporary works has been added in the CESMM. Then we have supervision and labor staff. Under the supervision and labor, we have supervision, administration, and labor items. Okay. Supervision means the site engineer, surveyor, foreman, project manager of the contractor, and administration staff mean office staff like QS, draftsman, document controller, QA, QC, safety personnel, technical engineer, etc. There is fourth item is the provisional sum. Under the provisional sum, we have day work and provisional sum defined work. As we, you know that in this part of the word, we deal this day work and provisional sum as per the feeder condition of contract, and we use separate BOQ section for the day work and the provisional sum. So for the day work, CESMM advises that labor, plant, material, and other charges should be included while preparing the BOQ, and tenderer should insert the percentage adjustment for these items according to his requirement. Now let's talk about the provisional sum defined. There are 2 types of provisional sum, defined and undefined. If we take an example of defined work, as we can say, sufficient details are available, like a project involve a drainage culvert, but the final design of culvert is not available, like definition, material specification, level, etc. So CESMM suggests that the maximum detail should be given in the provisional sum item, so that the tenderer can have a better idea of the work and he can better price the item to reduce the risk and also to reduce the dispute at the later stage. CESMM also suggests that we should use give maximum information about the provisional sum, like it is a earthwork project work, it is a drainage work, or it is a structure work, what is the location of the area work, and any specific constraint or condition that can affect the work. It will help the tenderer to price and reduce the risk of dispute at later stage. Now discuss about the nominated subcontract, which include work on site. The second division include the prime cost item, labor, special labor, and other charges and profit. A prime cost item is kept in the BOQ to cover the supply of a material, goods, or services to be provided by a nominated supplier or subcontractor. In case of prime cost item, the contractor responsibility and incorporate in the work. The supply cost is fixed and determined by the engineer or the employer. Additional description rule A7 describes that prime cost should be followed by an item of labor, overhead, plant, and special labor. So we will understand this with an example. Suppose BOQ item is required, a prime cost item of a special pump. So in the prime cost item, a special provision of a special pump is given at the cost of 20,000 dirham. Now the tenderer, what he will do, he will include his labor cost to install this pump, and he will include the other charges like overhead and profit on this item. And then in case he required special labor, suppose he required certified electrician to connect this pump into the electrical system, so he will add the special labor here. Now let's discuss some common issues regarding the general items. Okay. These overpricing and underpricing are front-end loading of the journal item. This is our day-to-day problem that we face on our projects. So front-end loading means the contract tender will increase the prices of the item that are to be executed in the beginning of the project, and he will reduce the maintenance and removal of the item. So in this way, he want to improve his cash flow. But on the other hand, there are drawbacks that in the end and in the middle of the project, he will face the cash flow problems. The other issue with the journal item is misalignment of client's expectation with the contractor pricing. For example, in the BOQ, under the journal item, contractor is supposed to provide the vehicle for certain specifications. Specification is mentioned in the BOQ, but the brand of the vehicle is not mentioned in the BOQ. Now, at later stage, so contractor will try to give cheap vehicle, whereas the engineer will require to have a good brand vehicle. Now, the third challenge that we face in our day-to-day life is regarding to the journal item, that lack of clarity. I suppose we know that sometimes there is a huge pressure to the cost consultant to submit the contract documents, and in the specified requirements, suppose there is a road to be built, but the cost consultant, they did not include the typical section of the road in the tender documents. Now, at the later stage, what contractor will do, he will try to get advantage of that misinformation, and he will try to build the 15 centimeters suppose aggregate base road, but engineer will require to build 20 centimeter aggregate base road. Now, this issue, evaluation of the journal item in the event of variation, this is a very common issue. Okay, if evaluation of the journal item in the event of variation, it depends upon the circumstances in which the variation is issued. Okay, the simple answer of this question is yes or no. For example, in a project, okay, 2 months are remaining, and the client issued an instruction about 2-3 million. So definitely the contractor has to remain at site for additional 2-3 months. So in this case, he is entitled for the general items. Okay. Let's take another example. Suppose in a highway project, contractor includes 2 mobilization in his programming, but at later stage during the project execution, client issue an instruction for the additional asphalt work that required a another mobilization. Now, the estimators can know that mobilization of asphalt plant require approximately 20,000 dirham per time. So it is also depend upon the nature of the variation. So definitely, if he did not consider this mobilization in his plan, so he is entitled for this variation. So normally, when the estimator price the BOQ, they consider the risk of variation in their pricing. So at the later stage, if variation of any additional work is issued, it will be observed by the contractor. Now, here is a question: can we use the journal item for calculating the prolongation cost? The answer is it depends upon the employer to employer. Some employer allow, but some employer require that the claim prolongation cost claim to be calculated based on the actual incurred cost. As per the definition, okay, of the claim should be calculated as per the actual incurred cost. While using the general item rate for calculating the prolongation claim, the care should be taken because the BOQ rate comprise of labor, plant, and material overhead and process. And as per the definition of claim, the contractor is not entitled for any profit on his claim, so profit to be removed from his rates. Now let's uh, discuss a case study I personally encountered at my previous project. Uh, it was a development of infrastructure project on a virgin plot. The type of project was lump sum. While preparing the tender document, the client instructed to the cost consultant to split the BOQ in two packages. The cost consultant split all the section of the BOQ in two packages, including journal item. As per the specific requirement, the 5 vehicles were required for the engineer and the client. The cost consultant by mistake include vehicle on both packages. The contractor at the time of tendering did not raise any query and quote his rate. As you can see, for the package 1, he quoted 770,400 for the package 1. And for package 2, he quoted 765,936. During the project, it was felt that there is a mistake in the journal item. So this matter was brought into the table and many discussions were held with the contractor. Contractor argued that since it is a lump sum project, so we are entitled for this payment. But the engineer argued since it is a specified requirement, okay, if contractor will provide the vehicle, so he will be get paid according to condition of contract. Okay. Later on, the engineer instruction was issued and the amount was deducted from his final payment. I have added a comparison of percentage of general item with respect to the total amount of the contractor contract price. As you can see, it varies from 6.3% to 17.5%. So normally we consider this general item 10 to 15% in infrastructure projects. By the way, this data is based on the UAE construction market. This is from my side. Thank you very much. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay, over to Mr. Kaser Farooq. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fairperson. It was really a nice presentation. And thank you all for your time. So we will take the question. Maybe we'll not cover the full question, but some of, if any remaining outstanding, that we will, share through our groups and in the PIQS groups. So the first question, I will read from the. So as you mentioned in your presentation about the variation of engineer's office, what are the key elements to be considered while making a new rate of portable cabin office?
Okay, yeah. This depend upon many factors, okay, regarding the porta cabin offices. Okay. It depends upon the design and layout of the porta cabin. Like it is the variation is the modular or required joining at site. Okay. Then material specification also matter while calculating the variation cost. Okay. material specification is include like base frame or chassis, what type of flooring required by the variation, what type of wall would be required. Then also we have to consider the regulatory requirements. What are the regulatory requirements? Then utilities and fittings. Also we have to check if there is any difference between the existing item or the new item. And transportation and handling of this porta cabin is also a matter of concern while calculating the variation. Mm. And also installation and commissioning uh, is also to be considered while calculating the variation cost. And foundation is also a factor, that what type of foundation is already and what type of now we require. So this all factor to be considered while considering the variation of a porta cabin office. Yes.
Thank you very much. Hope the attendees got the benefit and got the answer. So the second question is, under which section of the contract we can find insurance requirement prior to pricing the BOQ? So this is from pre-contract perspective. So for pricing the BOQ, under which section? Actually, they are asking the contract section, condition of contract.
Yes. The actual,
So
if contract is based on the FIDC, so FIDC is very much clear about this one. But if we are talking about the particular type of projects, so, we have to see the preamble. First, we have to see the preamble. Then we can go the schedule 1 of the conditions of contract. Or you can say the particular condition of contract, we have to see this to find the which type of insurance we require.
thank you. The third question is, please make an example of how to run the code in BOQ.
How to run?
The codes. This I believe they are asking the CESMM references numbers. How to run?
How to run?
generate?
Okay. Okay, just a minute. I will open a slide and I will explain. You can see my screen, right? Now we want to make a code of this item. Suppose under the specified requirement, okay, we want to make a code for the drivers. Okay, so it will be, first we will take the section of the class A, general item. Then we will take the digit 2, specified requirement. Then we will go attendance upon the content. We will take the number 4. And then we will take on the third division, we will take the number 1. So item code for the drivers will be A241.
Yeah, thank you. So the next question is, despite CESMM 4 being the newest, why is CESMM 3 more widely used than CESMM 4? So it's basically they are asking why CESMM 3 is widely used than compared to CESMM 4.
Actual, this every already explained. So most of the people, they are using CESMM 3. Even I think there is no harm to use the CESMM 4, but people are reluctant to adopt the change. Okay, even it is in their benefit, but they don't want to take any risk, and they want to stick on the CESMM 3 because it is tried and tested. Okay, and it has been used widely in this region. So this is, I think, this is the reason that they are stick on the CESMM 3. As I already mentioned, that CESMM 4 is I mean, more contract neutral and this standard neutral. We can use any type of standard, like American standard, British standard, and we can adjust it any condition of contract, not only for any specific condition of contract, it can be used. Yes.
Thank you. The next question is related to the method related charges. So the question is, can you please explain the method related charges in detail with example?
I think I already explained this method related charges. Okay, suppose contractor wants to establish accommodation and building for his staff. Okay, so what he will do, he will bring porta cabins and buildings. Okay, he will establish his offices, laboratories, cabins, stores, and canteens. Okay, so this is for his own use and his for his own personnel. So he will be. This is the example of the method related charges. Okay? So these charges he can include in because these charges are at the contractor or tender's disposal. So he will include any other charges he think that it is not included in the BOQ while pricing the BOQ. So he can add any other charges what he required. But the normally just like, okay, I can give you an example. Suppose if we have a requirement of environment protection plan, so he can add this one in his method related charges as a new item. Okay. Yes,
So
yes, sir.
thank you. So the next question is, the someone actually is a question related to the PIQS. I hope and urge that there would be session regarding the other method of measurements. So I would request Mr. Imtiaz Chaudhary, can you please?
Yeah, thank you very much, Kasser. Yeah, certainly, as I mentioned in our introduction, basically this is an attempt and an exercise to share the knowledge amongst us, learn from each other. So definitely we will be coming up with various topics based on POMI, based on NRM, as much as we can. And we support all of you. We will request all of you, please come forward and give us your suggestions, what area you want to prioritize, and we will bring up. Our aim is to deliver this series. Upon completion of series, definitely we will go to the other method of measurement also. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Imtiaz. So now the next question is, if the guarantee or bond fulfilled the contractual requirement, however, guarantee bond is not according to the specimen sample given in the contract. Is it acceptable by the client or not? It's actually not related to the CESMM, it's a question related to the specimen. So if the contractor is not submitting the bond as per the specimen given by the client, so is it acceptable or not?
Okay. So what is the use for giving the specimen in the contract documents? Why client included in the conditions of contract or contract documents? So that's why he include that this type of bond he required. So contractor is supposed to produce the same bond as included in the contract documents. And I believe no client can accept the bond other than as specified in the conditions of contract.
Yes, I will. So the next question is, what about the labor? It's regarding labor and supervision in the CESMM for the methylated charges. So the question is asking, what about labor item in supervision? So this is regarding what type of labor is part of the labor and supervision under the methylated charges.
Yeah, suppose okay, contractor intend to bring a plant at site. So definitely
It's
there would
a
yes
labor. Sorry, it's regarding
labor
labor. Yeah.
labor.
It's
Yeah, I understood. I understood. Okay.
okay.
Suppose okay, I will give an example. Suppose contractor want to bring a plant. Suppose crane. Okay, at site. So definitely when loading the crane and unloading the crane, we require some personnel for the safety personnel, for some labor, some flagman, we require that one. So this is for the that purpose only. For the permanent work, that labor is included in the rates. Okay, that is the direct labor. Okay, so here is labor required for that purpose only. Yes, next.
Okay, thank you. The next question is actually not related to CESMM. However, we will try. So what is the difference in cost estimation and cost planning? This actually is related to the cost estimation and cost planning.
Okay, yes.
If
Actual
you can please.
cost, no problem. Okay. Cost estimation is what we do in our day-to-day life. Suppose client require an estimate of an additional 100-meter pipeline. So we prepare a cost estimate. Okay. And every QS, I think he is doing cost estimating in his day-to-day life. But the cost planning, it is a, you can say, structured way of calculating the cost at every stage of the project, from inception to completion, even post completion. So this is the difference between the cost estimation and cost planning.
So the next question is, what will be the consideration? What will be considered in the car policy at time of procuring the car policy? This is related to the insurances. So the question is, what items to be considered? What are the considerations? So actually, this is the client requirement mostly, and the project. The question is what is the car policy and what is to be considered while procuring a car policy?
I would like.
Okay. Go on.
If you ask to jump in, so I think this will be very much dependent upon the conditions of contract. The way conditions explains the requirement, we need to look into the conditions of contract where all details are provided, what should be the coverage, and who is the owner of that policy, whether it's provided by the client, by the contractor. So I think the right place to see that information is the conditions of contract.
Thank you, Mr. Mutaz. So then the next question is also related to the car. So it's a car policy if mentioned delay in early startup. Actually, this question is not clear. So it's written the car policy is mentioned delay in early startup. The question actually is unclear. So we will go to next. We will ask this questionnaire if the attendee, if he can send with the rewordings. So the next question is, could you please repeat the meaning of double horizontal line in CESMM?
Okay. Okay, you can see the screen that this double horizontal line, it shows that any rule mentioned above this line, it will apply to the whole class. In our case, okay, measurement rule M1, it states that the unit of measurement may be the sum. So we have seen many items in our specified requirement and contextual requirement and in method related charges. So this unit of unit of measurement of sum can be used where it is required. So it will apply to the whole class. Okay, in everywhere we can use this unit of measurement sum if applicable.
I would like to add a little bit here on this. I think the way this presentation explains from section 1 to section 7. So if we go through those sections, really that provides very informative knowledge and understanding. So there, these kind of rules and application of different, the methodologies and the lines and the coding, it's very well explained. Basically, this is our initial webinar. Maybe we will be coming up with the detailed one because due to the time, we understand that this is very it requires very in-depth knowledge and a thorough, and maybe one session is not enough for that. Basically, maybe one session should be on the first 7 sections, where we can explain how to read this CESMM, how to use that, how to apply. While we are producing the tender documents, the BOQ, at the same time when we are site. So I think if the attendees can go through and read through those sections, they will understand. But we are always around. If anybody still have any questions, please come up and we will really love to explain that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There are many questions are remaining, but we will ask one or two more. Then the remaining question will be addressed through the. We will address through our emails and other communication that we will provide the answers. So the next question, Mr. Fayaz, is related to the CESMM. It's when the client instructs a new variation for the contract, usually the cost of variation includes the cost of preliminaries, or it will be added to the project prims. So I believe the question is because of the variation will be any impact on the general items. Hello.
Yes. Can you repeat the question? I could not
The question is, there is an instruction for a variation. So generally the cost of variation includes the cost of preliminaries. The preliminaries are included in the instructed variations, or otherwise it will be added to the project prims. So it's mean the variations are subject to general items or not. That is the question.
Okay. No, the variation is will dealt separately. The general item, as per the original BOQ, this will be dealt separately. So there is a mechanism for dealing the variation as per the condition of the contract. Okay, so this is nothing related to the existing journal items. Okay, when we use the contract price, the contract price mean the original price of the contract. Okay, and the variation price will be dealt separately. So it is nothing to do with the journal item, original journal item in the BOQ. Yes.
So if the project is extended due to a variation involving additional works added to the contract, is the performance bond required to be revised in terms of value? Actually, this question is related to the extension of performance bond.
Yeah.
So I will repeat the question, even I didn't understand. If the project is extended due to variation, so there is a time extension due to variation involving additional works added to the contract. Is the performance bond required to be revised in terms of value? That's the question.
Oh, it depends upon the extension of the time. Okay, and it depends upon the condition of the contract. If the condition of the contract required that performance bond to
It's the
should be extended. Okay?
Sorry,
and in
Mr.
most
Fair.
cases,
The one is the extension. Yes, it will be extended. The second thing, the amount of the contract is revised, changed. So in that case, so we need to make more premium for the performance bond. That's the question. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
The question. So there are many questions that are balanced that we will address separately. So no, we will go to the end of the session. So lastly, I will invite Mr. Imtiaz Ashraf, President of QSAP UAE chapter, to come forward to say a few words about this session. And Mr. Imtiaz, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kasser, once again. Really, it's a brilliant session. It's very insightful. and hope we all have enjoyed this session. As I said in the beginning, it's really an exercise, it's an aim and attempt where we can share our experience. Nobody is perfect, nobody is all-rounder. We all have little knowledge. We learned from various experience with different clients through different projects. So please come and give us your suggestions, come forward with your good ideas, and we will go together really to share the knowledge and enhance knowledge of each other, uplift our understanding and skill set. Lastly, I would really again thanks all of you for sparing your precious time, coming here and joining us. Thanks a lot. Once again, I would also like to thank PIQS organizing team for their tireless efforts. They joined hands. They attended a lot of meetings behind us to make it happen. Really a brilliant teamwork. So I would request everybody to appreciate their efforts so that this exercise could continue. I would also like to thank our honorable speaker, Mr. Muhammad Fias Tabassum. Really, he accepted our request. He did a lot of efforts to prepare this presentation, and today he's with us, and we all are learning and enjoying this. So hopefully we all have enjoyed this session, and it has enlightened our knowledge on Class A of CESMM. I would like to also mention here about our upcoming programs. So we are having one CPD start of July, hopefully, which will be by Dr. Sam, and we will continue with this series in the months to come. So thank you very much, Mr. Mohammad Fias Bassam, Kaisar Farooq, the whole team, and all the attendees. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Imtiaz. Thank you.
At the end, thank you, Mr. Phil. We are having a couple of announcements regarding the PIQS. And for this session, the first, we will circulate the feedback form shortly. And would request to all of you, please fill the form and provide us your feedback and suggestions about the today's event. We welcome your feedback. That is great help to improve ourselves and plan future events accordingly. PIQS is also pleased to announce that on our CPDs, our certificate will be sent to all of you via email, WhatsApp. That's the end of exciting and knowledgeable webinar. We hope all professionals who attend today's event have learned a lot. See you next time at another CPD, inshallah. Do follow us for the announcements and updates on the PIQS LinkedIn page. Until then, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, Mr. Firas.
Okay, thank you very much.